The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, a great week, and they're excited to be stepping into April with us. We're very excited to be stepping into April with you. And can I share with you why April's so meaningful to me? There are a few reasons. One, it's my birthday month. And so it's a time where I do a lot of reflection and celebration and looking forward with excitement as to what the next year will be bringing. And when I reflect back and I think about years past and what has happened over time, and I'm leaning forward and looking at going forward, it's this moment in time in April where I think about those challenges that we've had. And I love how we say a lot in the States, April showers bring May flowers. And to me, when I look at the story of my life, and those of you who are familiar with it know some of my journey, but just to give a real quick snapshot for those of you who don't know, I came from a childhood background of severe abuse. And there were a lot of challenges in that journey. And the messages I got in my younger years is that I wasn't okay. It's my fault. There's something wrong with me. And that it is not safe to be seen or heard. And I was eventually rescued, which I'm very grateful for. And I went on a healing journey. And what I have learned in that journey, those were actually lies, not truth. I discovered that I was beautifully and wonderfully made, and so are each and every one of you, on purpose and for a purpose, and that it truly is safe to be seen and heard. And one of the really powerful things I've discovered in my life journey is that beauty can come from ashes. It's not just about surviving, but we can really thrive. And today, I wanted to take a moment in time where we come together and we think about these challenges and how can we be empowered to thrive, not just survive, but thrive. Where is that silver lining? How can we be empowered by our journey? Where is the beauty in the ashes? How can we tap into that, harness it, and move forward really powerfully in our life? Because we can't always control what happens to us, but we do have a powerful say in what we echo forward, what we bring forward in our life, how we choose to be going forward. And that's what I want us to support you with today, is that overcoming challenges, really being able to thrive in your mind, body, soul, and spirit, all of you. How can we thrive in life and bring forward the things that matter most and even find the gift in those challenges? For me, it has been a great gift to discover the truth that I am beautifully and wonderfully made. That is why I have such a passion for the work that I do today around empowering others. It comes from those roots, and that has been a gift to me and to many of you who have been touched by the show or the guests that we bring on. It's all because of some of those roots and how we chose to navigate through and bring forward what we have brought forward, what I've chosen to bring forward, what you have chosen to receive, and what we are on a day-to-day basis choosing to believe, do, and bring forward. So we are on this journey together. I celebrate you being here. as we're leaning into overcoming challenges and really stepping into how can we thrive powerfully. We're going to have some great gifts that we'll give you towards the end of the show, making them available to help you on your journey. So be listening for those. But let's take a moment and pause. We rush around in life so much, we forget to take deep breaths. So let's do that today and pause. And for those of you who are driving, please stay safe, focused, eyes open and alert. Just inwardly turn in to a place of stillness and listening. Those of you who are able to, go ahead and put both feet on the ground, feeling the ground supporting you. Both feet on the floor. One hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing all of you in, mind, heart, body, soul, and spirit, and close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Let's take a deep belly breath, breathing in through the mouth. In through the nose. I keep doing that. In through the nose. And then out through the mouth like a straw. Again, big belly breath. Out through the mouth like a straw. All the breath out. And keep breathing as we're talking here and listening. We're lowering your cortisol, giving you a moment to breathe and pause, bring in great oxygen to your body. And in this space, I invite you to listen. What is it that you need today? What is it that will support and empower you on your journey, not just to survive, but I want you to thrive in your life? What is it that you need today to empower, encourage, and equip you on your journey? What is it you need? Just receive that information. Sometimes it comes in a picture, sometimes it comes in a memory, a sound. All of our senses can communicate and share information with us. So I invite you to capture that information. Excuse me, whatever it is, what is it that you need today to serve and support you on your journey? Go ahead and come back to the present in the room, fully alert, eyes open, and capture that information. Write it down. What is it that you need today to serve and support you on your journey? Because I want you on the lookout for that, listening, ready to receive. It's a lot easier when we know what we need and we're looking for it to find it than hoping we stumble across it. So let's be deliberate about that, purposeful in what it is that we need today, and then be open to receive it. And it may even come during our time together today. So one more collective breath together. Wonderful. So I have two guests that have joined me today that are going to share from their rich experience and knowledge with us on that. And I wanted to take a moment to invite them both to share, as they did this meditation, this pause with us today, to see what was laid upon their heart. So Dr. Simone, what was laid upon your heart in that pause?
That I needed actually some support today from other people.
Yep.
And I don't generally ask for that, but that's apparently what I need today.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us. And how many of us forget? You're absolutely right. We push through and we forget to pause and recognize that we can use support today. And it can come in a lot of different ways. It can be very practical. It can be, I need a hug. I call my friends sometimes, I need an energetic hug. That's what I need today. And other times it's a very practical. So we lift that up with you and lean into that support coming to you. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Dr. Francesca, how about you? Did you have something laid upon your heart?
What I heard loud and clear was let your voice be heard. And thought about all of the millions of people in this world who don't have a voice and cannot speak out freely, and how fortunate we are, certainly in our Western world and the United States, that even if you don't think anyone is listening to you, you have a voice. and all you have to do is let it be heard. And I say that as much for everyone else as really for myself. Being able to always speak up is so important.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And you're absolutely right. What a privilege we have, those moments and opportunities where we can share and speak and say. And I know there have been many times in my life that I have held back or been afraid or trying to get it perfect or just right. And then I get caught up in my mind and the moment's passed. So thank you for the beautiful reminder to speak from our hearts, to really, I guess that's how I heard it as you shared. I didn't mean to put words in your mouth, but to really share our voice and be heard. And what was placed on my heart was to really be open and share from the heart and really go where we're guided in this show, because we are here to serve and support you. And as we tap into our hearts and lean into being with all of you today, we have prepared information that we want to share with you, and we have great content prepared. But this time is for each and every one of you. This show exists for you. So if there's something that you need, a question that you have, please feel free to email it in or give us a call. The email address is rebecca@yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. There's also a button on the host page you can click and it'll send an email directly to me. But that's rebecca@yourpurposedrivenpractice.com, or you can call in. And our phone number is 866-613-1612, because we want to serve and support you today. We want to empower and equip you so that you can overcome those challenges and thrive. And we have great experts today to support you in doing exactly that. So let's take one more breath together. Wonderful. And I wanted to take a moment here in this space that we're connecting and breathing, just to give you a couple tips so that you can get the most out of our time together today. One, there are going to be these great pauses in the show called commercial breaks. And it's a great moment to pause. Take those 2 minutes and breathe and listen and process the information. Don't rush off and try to get one more thing done. It's too easy to get distracted. I encourage you to really pause and lean in and listen to what it is that you need. Take those mini breaks within the show to support you. And then the second thing, I invite you to listen to the commercials, because the people and organizations that you'll hear about in these commercials are groups and organizations that believe empowering women, transforming lives is important work. And they're willing to put their brand, name, and resources behind that and make this show possible. So I invite you to get to know them, because they absolutely believe in you and want to support you in all that you're doing. And we have woven in some of those spots announcements about upcoming programs and our TV channel and a lot of the different shows that are coming forward. So I invite you to lean into that beautiful information, lean into you and what it is you need throughout the show. And we'll take one of those breaks right now. So get prepared to take a breath, lean in, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the hosts of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you took advantage of that pause, of that moment to be still and listen and receive information, both internally and externally during these special breaks that we have built in throughout the show. So again, I invite you to get everything you can possibly out of our time together today, and that's a way to maximize the experience for you. So let's take a breath together as we come back together, because I want you ready to receive the next segment of our show. We're going to be interviewing an expert, and she is the guru go-to person when it comes to the brain. I call her a brain specialist and coach. She's also a business and life coach, an international bestseller multiple times, a radio show host, and dynamic speaker. I've had her speak on my stage and several times, and everyone is always very engaged, whether it's a virtual stage or it's a stage in person. So we're in for a real treat here. She has a PhD in psychology and an MBA and is passionate about helping people make lasting transformation in their lives, not temporary, lasting. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Dr. Simone Ravicz. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
You are welcome.
I sweep into the stage.
Exactly, dramatically. There you go.
Yes, dramatically. After that intro, I must.
Exactly, with flourish. I love
it.
Right. Well, I always like to start with the heart, and I wanted to see if you would mind sharing with us why this work around the brain and really making lasting transformation in people's lives in this way, why is that personally so important to you?
Well, like you, Rebecca, when I was younger, I went through some very difficult times. Mine were of a physical nature. I had a number of life-threatening illnesses. And it was thought on a couple of occasions that I wasn't going to make it. And after I got out of the hospital, I'd been in for a long time, I went home and things were no better. And I was in severe pain. I had no energy. I couldn't do anything. I had major brain fog. And finally, after a period of time, I just had an awakening and said, I can't live like this anymore. So I started studying alternative methods of healing, and I met a doctor who was a brain expert. He was decades ahead of his time, and he helped me develop a program which I followed, and I got better and better. And some of the things that changed were my way of thinking, no more negative thinking, and I learned how to largely eliminate stress. I learned self-confidence and self-acceptance, those things that I really lacked for various reasons before that. So I do this because I am really driven and passionate about helping people not have to go through what I went through in terms of feeling so down on myself and putting so much stress on myself. I want people to really love themselves, accept themselves, see how, as you mentioned, how beautiful they are as they are, and really help them be able to reach out and achieve the success that they want and live their ideal lives. And because it is possible to make lasting transformation, obviously that's what I like better than making little Band-Aid changes here and there. And yes, because of what I know about the brain and have been fortunate to learn, I know some techniques that people can use that can help them make those lasting transformations.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And listeners, I wanted you to know just a little bit of her background. I've been privileged to hear some of her story and her why, and I wanted you to know that about her as well, how important this work is to her on a very personal level, and that she's been there, she's done that, and now is really bringing this powerful way of being forward to you. The neuroscience, but I love that she uses language, everyday language we can understand. I love that you know all of those things, but yep, I'm glad you use a language that's very translatable to those of us.
I try.
who are not in that field. So thank you for sharing. Right. And I wanted to start talking about the brain here. So how can our brains interfere with, not just interfere, but when we're looking at challenges, right, how can our brains interact with us in a positive way or in a way that's perhaps interfering? What can you share about that with us?
Well, the first thing we need to do is take a look at what challenges involve. A challenge is a situation which calls for us to approach it differently, to act differently, to use different resources. And so all of that adds up to change. We have to change from the way we've been acting, thinking, and feeling to a new way of acting, thinking, and feeling so that we can achieve what it is that we want to, so that we can overcome the challenge. And because change is central, that is why the brain is so incredibly important in challenges. The fact is that change has really a dual impact on us as humans. Even when we're faced with life-threatening situations, people can resist change even if they know that it's in their best interest. For example, there's a study I wanted to share with you in which they studied people who had traumatic bypass surgery. And the patients were told that if they didn't adjust their lifestyles, they would die, or at best they'd have to undergo the life-saving procedures again if that were possible. The percentage of people who actually went ahead and modified their behavior was only 9%.
Yep.
So that's pretty shocking to me that it's such a small percentage.
Can I ask just a deeper question about this? I'm just curious because one of the things I find in the work that I do with people or the speaking, one of the things I'm asked about most frequently, it's not about change, it's about fear.
Yes, and it is about the fear underlying the change.
Yeah, sharing about that.
Yeah, it's about the fear underlying the change on a psychological level. Mm-hmm. But when we're looking at the brain, it's about change. Mm-hmm. The brain evolved, and we have survived because of the fact that the brain responds not in a negative way, but it responds with the fight or flight response or the stress response to new situations, to challenging situations, to situations which would involve change. It suits the brain much better to have everything stay at the status quo level. That way, it doesn't have to exert any more energy because the brain is a big energy hog, or the size of it, and it goes to all kinds of lengths to minimize the amount of energy that it uses.
Okay.
So in that sense, our brains have evolved to resist change.
And I think
but
this
you're
is
right,
really...
on a primitive level, change does imply a threat and evokes fear.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is really helpful to be exploring because we can get frustrated with ourselves and wrestle with why we're resistant to change or this fear coming up and think there's something wrong with us or why is this hard? And it's helpful to kind of know that we're somewhat wired that way.
Right. It definitely helps people know that. When I explain that to clients, they're not so hard on themselves as you were alluding to.
Yeah. Exactly. And then it lets us know, oh, okay, and then we're not caught off guard by it either. Oh, this is kind of normal to feel this way or to be running into this resistance. I understand that's how my brain works, but now I can start shifting and making that.
Now what I can do about it. So we know that to overcome challenges and to thrive, that change is required. And so for that change to occur and be sustained, we need something called momentum.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. And momentum and change both, require the energy. And as I said, our brains have developed to conserve energy. And that's why in large part we have these wonderful behaviors, sometimes wonderful, sometimes not so wonderful, called habits. They're basically, habits are our way of trying to save energy, or our brain's way of trying to save energy. And we form habits when we do behaviors repeatedly, or we have repetitive thoughts or feelings, and the brain kind of passes them into the subconscious because the subconscious uses very little energy. So those habits are placed outside of our conscious awareness. And in fact, 95% of our behavior is dictated by our subconscious.
And so Dr. Simone, we are getting close on time here, and I want to make sure that we share with them about your amazing gift. So I don't want to leave too much of a cliffhanger there. So at the end of the show, we'll come back and let you know some of what we can do about those bad habits that are in our subconscious. But do you mind taking a moment to share about the amazing gift you wanted to make available?
I have a free assessment on my website that is called Focused for Business Success, and it looks into something that many of us have difficulties with this day, which is focus. And what it does is it assesses the amount of focus that you have on your business and personal goals and how likely you are to achieve them and how you can boost your focus and increase your chances of success.
Wonderful.
That's on my website.
Wonderful. Thank you for making that available. And listeners, at the end of the show, we'll let you know how to access that. It is on our website, and we also have a special link that you can click to get directly there to access her amazing gift, because I know so many people, we would all love even more focus, and to be empowered to shift that is really an amazing tool to make available. So thank you very much for making that available to us today. Listeners, here's one of those moments again where we get to pause and take a break and process information and receive information. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you took that moment to pause and listen to our amazing commercials, as well as listen to what it is that you need today and process the wonderful information that Dr. Simone shared with us earlier. And she assured me that she will let you know how to address the habits that we talked about, a little bit of the cliffhanger that we left you in. We will address that at the end of the show. So another reason to stay on and hear what we can do about those habits and shifting into a direction that is supportive of us. Well, I wanted to introduce our next guest expert here. I know you're going to love her heart, her passion, and her depth for the work that she does. She is an international expert that has experience leading workshops around the world to help heal trauma. She teaches self-administered, self-empowering techniques to heal trauma and expand our hearts, which I love. I love how she ties those together. And in response to the global violence that she has really observed around the world, she wanted to create something to support women. And so she created what's called Ian Rise. And it's an organization designed to support women, ease trauma of sexual violence, feel safe again, and move forward powerfully in their lives. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Dr. Francesca Jackson to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we are happy to have you. Welcome. Well, do you mind sharing why this work around trauma, and particularly around women and the trauma they've experienced and you've observed about around the world, has touched you so personally and so powerfully that you are dedicating your energy and time and work to supporting and helping people around trauma?
When I was a young woman, the women were rising, so to speak. With that naivete of youth, we thought that by now, violence against women would no longer be occurring. Mm-hmm. And yet it's happening in levels that are higher and more prevalent than when I was young, and I find that quite unconscionable. And I think that so many women, their lives have been stopped. For many of them, it's because they never told and they've been carrying a secret their whole life, or they have been find themselves trapped in all of the emotions around that trauma. And I don't think that we can afford to lose that much human potential. And that there are things that can easily be done that I've seen work all around the world to help women come back to themselves and move forward.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing and your why you do the work that you're doing. And I love that it is creating this momentum to really help people move forward in a positive way. So I love that you've harnessed what you have observed and your passion to really empower and heal our society in this way and empower us in this way around trauma. So thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I know we've done a lot of this throughout the show, the breathing. We've taken a lot of deep breaths. Just so you know, listeners, behind the scenes, we've been doing that too. We take deep breaths and connect and pause. And breath, I know, is a really consistent, powerful part of the work that you do. Do you mind sharing why breath is so important and you use it so much in all that you do?
Well, breath is the connection between our body and our mind. And in any form of challenge, in any form of trauma, whether it's natural disaster or sexual violence or war or being tackled on the street, there's a sense of a loss of control. And with that loss of control comes the tendency to blame oneself. What was I doing there? How did I contribute to what happened to me? And the breath is the one function that we have that is both under autonomic control, which means it happens without us thinking about it, but it's also under voluntary control. We can voluntarily change the rhythm and the depth of our breath. And when we make just slight little changes in the breath, we can change what's going on in the body and in the mind. We can't really change the mind on the level of the mind. We've all seen that. Just saying, I think I can, doesn't always make it so. And our experiences in life are really generated by what's going on inside and their reaction to what is happening outside. So when we move through a healing process, having that slight sense of control gives you a feeling of safety. And when you have a feeling of safety, you're willing to move further, faster, and the breath is always with us. It's been with us from our very first one. It'll be with us till our very last one. So it's something that you always have with you that at any moment you can use to make a change in your state so that you can be present in your life.
Beautiful. I love breath, and I love one of the ways that you're using it about that control, because we can, and I believe that in one breath, one moment, one pause, we can shift our perspective so powerfully. We can lower our heart rate, we can lower our cortisol, we can do all these things in just a couple moments with a few breaths and choose
Absolutely.
our response. So I love how powerful it can be in our life, and I love what you're sharing, that it's with us at the beginning, it's with us at the end, like it's a heartbeat that's going to be with us throughout our lives, and being able to have it serve us and work with us and using it in a way that helps us move forward purposely is really powerful. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And I've heard you present several times, and you have a very interesting perspective around secrets and trauma. And I'd love it if you could share just a moment, a little bit about that, about trauma and secrets and what kind of happens to us around this.
Well, the first question is to ask, why do we keep a secret? Why do we keep things away from other people? And the first reason is that something is sacred. I grew up in the Catholic Church, and there are always mysteries of the church. And in every spiritual path and every religion, there's knowledge that you have to earn the right to know. But the second reason is that something has been done to you, or you did something that there is shame around, there's guilt, and a fear that, if somebody finds out, then I'm going to be in big trouble. Well, when you carry a secret, it quietly runs your life. And the more there's some level of shame around that secret, your body begins to act as if you're carrying a large physical weight with you all the time. So you begin to walk through the world literally carrying the weight of the world. And as your physical body is experiencing that, your vision also begins to change so that everything looks farther away, buildings look higher, a hill will look steeper, and your entire world is distorted. So you're carrying the weight of the world, everything that you see looks distorted, and cortisol, which is the stress hormone that we know, when a secret first happens, cortisol spikes. And then
And I hate to interrupt here, but no, it's fine. I just want to make sure we have time to share the solution that can happen with this. So, yes, I think we can really feel the weight of the trauma and kind of what that brings to us and the secrets. And carrying the secret around and helping people release that. How does that part work?
The most important part is just to tell. If you don't have someone in your life that you can tell, get a book and write it down. If you're afraid that someone's going to look in that book, write it on a piece of paper and burn it so that you get it outside of you, so that you are no longer physically carrying that around. And from there, change can begin to happen.
Beautiful. So it sounds like you're almost taking away some of the power of that secret, kind of releasing it, getting it out of that. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing about that. I just wanted to make sure they knew that the solution as well as the power that carrying that secret around can have in our lives. You're absolutely right. And I know that you've created an amazing gift for us. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
There are two things. One, there is a free support call that happens the last Tuesday of every month that you can sign up for, and it's all focused on solutions, different tools that will be given. And the other is a free guided meditation that takes you through your body getting back into the body, because if you're not home, you can't heal anything. You have to actually be in your body, and to begin to utilize the breath to clear all the different little nooks and crannies that you're storing different levels of emotion and trauma.
Wonderful. And I know that you also have a group that people can join and get support. And I appreciate how much you protect people's confidentiality. And one of the things I've heard you say, I just wanted people to hear this, is that, you know, if somebody doesn't want to share their name, pick the name they wish they'd always had, right? They can be that in the group and on the call.
It's totally confidential, and it's not, you know, the part where we're learning tools, that will be recorded so that that knowledge can be posted online later. But you do not have to reveal your name, and it's true. Think of the name that you always wanted to have and use that one.
Beautiful.
And it's fine.
So thank you so much for making the support available and making these calls available to everyone. I really appreciate that and the work that you do. We are getting ready to go to our next break here, so make sure to come back after, and we'll let you know how to access these amazing gifts, and we've got a couple great tips for you as well. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that break, that moment to pause, listen, receive, and process. And now we are entering into our exciting closing segment where I give you an opportunity to each of our guest experts to share a last thought, a piece of wisdom to really equip and empower you as you go forth into your day, you go forth into your life. These are things that you can take with you that will really help equip and empower you. So the first place I wanted to start is Dr. Simone wanted to share a little bit about the habits and subconscious. So again, we didn't leave you in the place where you're stuck in the habit, but you can really move forward. And then she also has an exciting announcement as well. So Dr. Simone, I hand the floor to you.
Yeah, so fortunately we can change habits and feel good about doing it. Basically, a habit is composed of a trigger, the behavior, thought, or feeling, and a reward. And for example, if we're feeling stressed, by not picking up the cookie, but by making progress towards a goal or accomplishing a minor task or something in and of itself, that proves to be rewarding. And the brain secretes dopamine, which is the reward neurotransmitter. So it makes us feel good, which makes us then do that behavior again. And so we develop good habits that way, and they become reinforced. And so the old habits are buried way down, and the new habits predominate.
Beautiful.
And
so remembering.
In terms of the offer, I wanted to mention that I have a neuro-coaching certification system that's an interactive and online program teaching brain-based techniques to coaches, consultants, leaders, and other change agents so they can better serve their clients. And by gaining certification, they can stand out as experts in their field. It's called the Neuro-Coaching Certification System, and you could just leave a note for me on my website if you're interested in that.
Perfect. So the two things I wanted to carry forward with that is just remember that as you're looking to change these habits, to build in things that actually give you that good feeling so that you want to keep doing it, not just a negative, stressful situation. So I love that reminder as we're looking to shift these habits. And congratulations on your new program that you've announced.
Thank you.
And you're making
that.
Absolutely, you're making available. And so for those of you out there that would love to have that expertise and bring it into your practice so you can really help the people you serve on a brain level, help the brain work with them to support them, Dr. Simone has made this amazing program available. And you can just send her a message on her website and she'll be happy to share all of those details with you. So thank you. You heard it here. We'd love to keep you in the loop. Wonderful. So, Dr. Francesca, what would you like to share? Do you have a last tip or thought that you wanted to share with us today?
Yes. I was raised by a drill sergeant, actually, and taught to survive everything and to do it alone. And then as I got older and realized, there's 7.5 billion people on the earth here, and we don't have to do everything alone. And there's no shame in asking for help. And so what I encourage people to do is take the AAA approach. No one feels bad about calling AAA when they have a flat tire. And it's the same thing. If there's some form of challenge, some kind of trauma in your life, find a way to reach out and to tell and to get help. And there are so many resources available. If you come on the support call that we have available, I will help you find one that will work for you.
Wonderful. Now, just remember, it is not a solo journey. We all need support. I love that was actually one of the things that was laid on our heart in the opening segment is that support and letting our voices be heard. And those tie together so powerfully that a key to overcoming challenges, to thriving, is reaching out for help, building the support system in your life so that you can thrive. And you can get the support when you need it, and you can cheer each other on. Celebration is a big part of that, too. So thank you for that timely reminder. And listeners, as you're thinking about what it is you need today that will serve and support you, start thinking about what's the support part that you need in your life, in your journey, so you're on the lookout for it. And one of the tools, or I should say the plethora of tools that we're making available to you to support you on your journey are some of the free gifts our guest experts have shared with you today. And we have created a whole page of gifts and tools and resources and meditations and ebooks to help equip and empower you, because it is not a solo journey. So we have a page of these resources and gifts to equip and empower you on your journey. Here's how you access it. You go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural because there are multiple gifts, radiogifts.net, N-E-T. So it's like a net of radio gifts just for you. You put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and then scroll down to today's date, which is April 5th, and you will find Dr. Simone's gift and Dr. Francesca's gift there. You will also see some gifts from me as well, because I want you to have powerful tools and resources to empower you on your journey as you go out into the world. I want you to overcome challenges and thrive. I want you to go beyond surviving into this place of thriving, where you are moving forward the things that matter most to you. Because I believe you are a gift to the world. You are beautifully and wonderfully made, on purpose and for a purpose, and absolutely needed. There's no one else just like you. So it matters and is important that you bring yourself forward, that you support one another, that you're willing to overcome challenges breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat, that wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, 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 always bloom where you're planted and shine. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.